Everybody, Gweta, Gweta, mama, Gweta, mama, Gweta, mama. Alaleti, 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 alale Gweta, Gweta. Hello, Magadini, Linjani, bonjour, and welcome back to the segment of The Law with Gweta. I'm so sorry, guys, I've been MIA in regards to these segments, but like I thought I'd mapped my way around what we were actually gonna do in terms of these segments until I sat down and said, oh, we actually don't have a map. But now I'm back like I never left, and I'm so sorry, guys, for being MIA. But to my returning subscribers, welcome back to The Law with Gweta, welcome back to the Gweta gang, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And to my new subscribers, thank you guys for joining us. I know a lot of you guys joined because of The Law with Gweta, and then I just went disappear. But listen, I'm sorry, I apologize. But I've got videos for you now every 2 weeks, which is which is today, and then 2 weeks from today you're gonna get another video. But yeah, I'm back, guys. In today's video we're going to talk about something that a lot of people have asked me personally. I've had a few people ask me indirectly, but people have been wanting to know what is the difference between a lawyer and an advocate. And I mean, I had somebody ask me a question where they said, listen, but people call you Gweta, meaning Gweta means lawyer, sorry, in the Shona language. But also I've heard people call you advocate. Saka difference here, papi. Sorry for my non-Shona speaking people. I really forget sometimes. Where is the difference between being a lawyer and being an advocate? So I am here to address that before obviously we get into all of the legal stuff that we're going to get into. So as usual, this book appears, right? So this is where I write all my thoughts down and all the things that I've been thinking about in terms of what I always want to speak about on this channel. And I have 4 things that I'm going to talk about that will help us better understand what is the difference between a lawyer and an advocate. Maybe in the later future, I will bring in a few people to actually talk about the understanding and the difference between a lawyer and an advocate. But for now, as we're starting off this channel, if we grow this channel, I'll bring those people for you, I promise. But yeah, as we start off this channel, I'm just going to give you guys 4 things as to how you can understand the difference between a lawyer and an advocate. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to define what is a lawyer and what is an advocate. And a lawyer is someone who practices law, providing legal advice, and represents clients in various legal matters. And then an advocate is a specialized type of lawyer who represents clients in court proceedings. Advocates are typically experts in litigation and have the authority to argue cases in court. But then in some jurisdictions, which we'll talk about later, lawyers also have that power as well. And number 2 is the roles and responsibilities. So a lawyer provides legal advice, drafts legal documents like contracts, wills, NDAs, and all the other stuff that you may think of. And we negotiate settlements and represent clients in legal matters outside court. I say we because I'm a lawyer. I'm really not interested in the court stuff. And then advocates primarily focus on representing clients in court. And they're skilled in presenting evidence, cross-examining witnesses, and making legal arguments before judges and juries, right? And then the third thing is, what do you need to actually be a lawyer, and what do you need to actually become an advocate? So for you to be a lawyer, you need to obtain a law degree, pass the bar exam, and gain practical experience through internships or clerkships or through work experience, depending on the country that you're in. Some countries just need you to get work experience and get the law degree, do the work experience, and then sit an exam. So it really just depends on the jurisdiction that you're in. And I will talk about how to become a lawyer in the UK, and I also talk about in another video how to become a lawyer in Zimbabwe, because yeah, I'm trying to qualify in both jurisdictions, so it only makes sense to speak on the jurisdictions that I want to qualify in. And then I will bring in other people from like other countries. I do have friends from Uganda, friends in other countries that will talk about the process of becoming a lawyer in their different jurisdictions. Anyway, so for you to become an advocate, you need additional training which is required to become an advocate, which may include specialized courses in trial advocacy, moot court competitions, and practical experience in courtroom settings. And to be honest, when I was doing my degree, I really enjoyed moot. Pretend court was the best thing ever. Like, I love to argue, I love to talk about things and like to like, you know, to debate on these things. But I just genuinely can't see myself sitting in a courtroom and actually like representing somebody. I can give you advice, but the aspect of actually going to court with you, I I I had the experience when I worked in Zimbabwe, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. But if you really want to become an advocate, this is what it entails, and you actually do actually have to represent people in court and advocate for whatever their case is. But if you're like me and you just would rather be behind the scenes, give advice, draft legal documents all the time, and like just argue on paper, no, being a lawyer is exactly what you need. And then obviously, if you're in the UK, we do have two things, which is you're either a solicitor or you're a barrister. But I will talk about those two things when we start talking about how to become a registered lawyer or a registered legal practitioner in the UK. So the fourth thing is jurisdictional differences. So a lawyer may vary in different jurisdictions, obviously. So what they do varies in depending on each and every jurisdiction. In some countries, the term may be used interchangeably, while in others, there may be distinct differences based on legal traditions and practices. So, like I said, in Zimbabwe, for example, I've noticed that lawyers also go to court and represent clients, but we also do have advocates who represent clients as well, but then they're more specialized in specific areas to represent clients. So it really just depends on the jurisdiction on what somebody is called or what a legal professional is actually called, right? Whereas an advocate may differ based on the legal system as well, same thing as lawyers, in which they practice, such as common law versus civil law systems. So the main difference between these two is that a lawyer typically gives legal advice, drafts all the documents, and decides to take a background or take the back seat in the court proceedings or in involvement of legal proceedings. Whereas an advocate represents you and actually goes out and actually advocates for whatever it is that you're trying to put across in court, right? So I mean, I know I talk a lot, so before I ramble and go the wrong way, I'm gonna end the video here. In our next video, we're going to talk about the different types of legal systems. Like I just mentioned towards the end that there's a civil law system and then there's a common law system. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about the different legal systems first before we talk about practicing in the UK or becoming a lawyer in the UK or becoming a lawyer in Zimbabwe. So I hope that this video was of use to somebody and allowed you to have a better understanding of what a lawyer is and what an advocate is. And if you want to know more about this humble profession that I love so much, and I'm not being sarcastic, do tune into the next video where we talk about the different legal systems that are in the world. And then we'll zero into the ones that I'm very much aware of later on. But for now, I'm just trying to lay a foundation so you guys have a better understanding of what law is about and what the legal profession is before I go deep into it. Because I feel like people always go deep into something but never really make people understand what they need to understand. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.